Hello, and welcome to this review of the Bad and Plaid historical romance book series by Caroline Lee. I'm Olivia, your favorite resource for book recommendations you can easily screenshot. And you're watching Random Olive Reads. First up is Plaid to the Bone. So, we're on to a new generation of the Oliphant family with a laird who has 6 daughters and no sons, and a scheme to declare the next laird. The first daughter to marry and birth a son will have her husband become the next laird, and so on. Leanna is the youngest of the sisters and has no intention of getting married unless she finds love and desire with the man she's supposed to get married to, and has a chance meeting at the waterfall with a stranger. That stranger, Kenneth, is one of the king's hunters who is searching for his missing colleague and suspicious of the Oliphants. He soon realizes that the Oliphant clan doesn't have anything to do with the missing man and pretty quickly falls in love with Leanna. There's about a 20-year age gap between these two, but that's barely apparent here because Leanna is brash and bold in going after what she wants. Not Half Plaid is book 2 of the series. The shy and quiet Fenella serves as the cook of the castle, preferring to stay in the kitchens rather than venture outside her domain. Brody is a warrior who is recovering from injury, learning to walk again on his shattered knee, and spending too much time in the kitchens. He volunteers too much advice about cooking for Fenella's liking, even though they're both shyly attracted to each other. Somehow they end up in a cooking competition with each other with judges and everything and secret ingredients, just like, I don't know, Iron Chef or something. This one is mostly a humorous story with Brody learning to find a new purpose in life and Fenella learning to share her space with another person. Ye Give Love a Plaid Name is book 3 of the series. Winda is the intellectual of the group with massive book knowledge and the ability to invent a leg brace. She also communes with the ghosts of the castle, including one ghost who shares all sorts of positions for couples to find passion and pleasure. And Winda is writing a book to collate all this advice. Now, the Lady Ghost strongly encourages Winda to pursue her own pleasure and test out the positions from the book with Fearson, the clan's falconer. Fearson is pretty much the sweetest single father you'll ever read, caring for his young daughter who speaks little and has a disfigured foot. It turns out that Fearson had found the abandoned baby in a field and decided to keep and care for her. Winda grows closer to the girl as she assists in creating a walking brace and in teaching the girl to read. Although Fearson is keeping secrets about his past and doesn't feel worthy of Winda's attentions, it's clear they're both attracted to each other. Don't Give a Damn About My Plaid Reputation is book 4 of the series. Robina has fallen in love with castle visitor Castor, but it turns out he's already engaged to the daughter from a rival clan, hoping to stop a feud between their two families. Since Castor and his men are set to travel to the Highland Games to deliver a message and to meet his betrothed, Robina decides to tag along disguised as a lad so that she can compete in the bagpiping competition. Castor knows it's Robina immediately and is completely appalled that no one else recognizes her. They both know that Castor is set to marry someone else, but they decide to make the most of their time together. A Plaid Case of Loving Ye is book 5 of the series. Healer Nicola gets to get away from her hypochondriac mother by visiting the convent and assisting healing the nuns there. While there, an injured Ramsay does not remember who he is or how he was injured, but Nicola knows exactly who he is and that he might believe her family to be the enemy. They grow closer together as Nicola attempts to save a dying woman, and Ramsay cares for that woman's baby. We get to see Ramsay be an excellent caregiver of the baby and struggle to remember if he has his own wife and kids. Don't worry, he doesn't. As Ramsay's memory comes back, Nicola fears that her time with him is limited, but they easily work out that misunderstanding by actually talking to each other. He Kens If You've Been Plaid or Good is book 6 of the series. Now, Evander is actually the brother of all of these Oliphant sisters, who is illegitimate and doesn't quite fit in with the rest of the clan. He's also one of the king's hunters, and his next mission is to arrest a woman accused of stealing livestock from the neighboring clan. He approaches the castle as a lost wanderer, hoping to gain more information before making the arrest. Lady Isabel leads a small and impoverished clan, victims of the neighboring laird's rumors and theft. When Evander is found nearly frozen at her doorstep, she takes him in despite the meager offerings of her castle. He immediately sees the kindness that she shows to her people and how little they have, so he helps out by bringing firewood and hunting food. Evander and Isabel very quickly fall in love, and Evander sees that she's not guilty of the crimes that she's accused of. This one was a super quick holiday novella with a nice introduction of Evander's hunter friends. And finally, we have Plaid Attitude, which is book 7 of the series. This last book settles the question of who becomes the next laird of the clan. Eldest daughter Cora has been running things for the past several years, and she's pretty resentful that her father has made this decree about marriage and birthing a son. She has not been ladylike or interested in becoming anyone's wife, despite being attracted to the clan commander Dougal. He's also attracted to Cora, but believes that she's uninterested in marriage and to him. With the stress of planning a big Easter feast, plus her father's ill health, Cora ends up enjoying Dougal's comfort and support. He's clearly smitten with her and waiting for her to accept him into her life. Dougal is also the single father of a teenage daughter who definitely could benefit from guidance from Cora. We get to see all of the couples from the previous books again, and then finally discover who will be the next leader. This was another fun series from Caroline Lee, even though not entirely historically accurate. You just need to know that going in, and she writes this all over her author's notes. It's chaos and shenanigans, and how did we end up with 3 very spoony fathers here? For a series where, spoiler, no one gets pregnant, there sure are a lot of built-in kiddos. Not too long, not too angsty, not too serious, but plenty sweet and steamy. Thank you so much for watching this video. Links to all of the books are in the description box. Like and subscribe to get updates, and you can follow me on Instagram at randomolive.